Okay, I don't hate TikTok, but I think some of the food trends that are on TikTok are absolutely awful, especially that one with the one pan egg sandwich. I mean, it looks really cool, but when you actually make it, it's not very good because the eggs are kind of dried out. So let me show you how to make some better egg sandwiches. To anyone who's a fan of TikTok, please forgive me. Like I said, not all the trends are trash. I'm gonna show you one today that actually came out on TikTok that was actually pretty good. But before that, I'm gonna show you a couple of egg sandwiches that I think you're really gonna love and that are definitely worth your time. Let's start with our Korean street toast. This is probably the strangest one, but it really works. I've had this a couple times in Korea. You're gonna need 2 pieces of the whitest bread you can find. Don't try to use anything healthy here. Some shredded cabbage, carrots, spring onions, 3 eggs, some ketchup, mayo, cayenne pepper, ham, cheese, and yes, sugar. Start by slicing up all your vegetables as thinly as possible. You're gonna need about 1 1/2 cup of mixed shredded vegetables. Place them in a bowl and season with salt, pepper, and cayenne. Let stand for about 5 minutes and then scrunch everything up together. When ready, toss in your 2 eggs and just mix it all. On a medium heat pan with some butter, place the mixture in and move it around until it gets slightly thicker. Start forming it in the shape of your bread. Add more butter and just gently cook this until you're able to flip it. Once flipped, add more butter. Brush your bread with melted butter. This will give you a more even browning, and then toast it on both sides. For our ham, just place a couple of slices in the pan, cook it down for about 2 minutes before stacking it and covering it with some American cheese. The sauce is pretty simple. Just mix equal parts of ketchup and mayo together. Time to put together this sandwich. So we're gonna start with the egg mix. Before placing down the ham, sprinkle with some white sugar, about 1 teaspoon. This looks like such a strange combination. Let's cut it. I would definitely not call this conventional in any sense, but let's give it a try. It's not bad. I mean, if you cook it properly with the right steps, it actually comes together pretty well. And the sugar works. Alvin Kailan is a Filipino chef in the US who got really famous because of his Fairfax sandwich, which is a scrambled egg sandwich, in his restaurant called EggSlut. And people went absolutely crazy over it. I've actually never eaten an EggSlut, but I've seen interviews of him and I've seen recipes of him making this, so hopefully this does it justice. But that's what we're making today, just this really decadent scrambled egg sandwich that feels like it's on steroids, but it's not. You'll need about 3 large onions, 3 eggs, some cheddar cheese or American cheese, sriracha, mayonnaise, and a brioche bun. It's pretty simple, but the onions will really make this dish, in my opinion. Slice up all your onions thinly and place them in a pan with a little bit of olive oil on medium-low. You're going to have to baby these, stirring them every 5 minutes or so until they develop a jammy consistency. Some people add sugar, but I feel like it ruins the consistency. I like the natural sweetness of the onions to come out. When you have something that looks like this, you're good to go. You can make lots of this and just store it in the fridge. For our eggs, very simple. You're going to take a cold pan, not on the fire, crack in your eggs, and add about a tablespoon of butter. Let's call this the Gordon Ramsay method. And just mix everything together. I recommend brushing your brioche with butter first and toasting it on both sides until golden brown. For our sauce, equal parts of sriracha and mayo. When ready, place your eggs on low heat and just continuously mix it to achieve a fluffy consistency. When it looks like it's almost to the doneness you want, still slightly undercooked, take it off the fire. The residual heat in the pan will finish the job. You want these to be silky and fluffy, so don't overcook them. In another pan, just melt your cheese. Time to put it all together. If that doesn't make you hungry, and actually no, you know what, screw it. This is not a breakfast sandwich. You can make this any time of the day and I would be so happy. Let's take one big bite. That is rich. The scrambled eggs have so much volume. It really just keeps it nice and fluffy. The sriracha complements everything perfectly with a little bit of heat, but those onions make all the difference. Like, I think I'm gonna eat scrambled eggs only with cooked down onions from now on because it's such a good combination. Today's video is brought to you by Skillshare. If you haven't heard of Skillshare yet, it's an online learning community with thousands of classes for subjects that you might be curious about or simply to just get better at what you currently do. From video editing to photography to productivity to writing, there's really something for everyone. One of the best things about it is there are no ads and they're always dropping premium new content. I've been taking a class by Thomas Frank called Productivity for Creatives, but it actually makes a lot of sense in terms of trying to bring professionalism and structure to your everyday life as a creative person. At less than $10 a month with the annual subscription, it has much better value than face-to-face classes, and you also get the support of an online community with like-minded individuals. The first 1,000 of my subscribers who click the link in the description box below will get a free trial of the Skillshare Premium membership so you can start exploring your creativity. I'm not gonna lie, TikTok did launch this really cool trend of folding a wrap in four, and I think that's actually pretty genius. So let's make an egg sandwich out of it, or egg wrap rather. So I'll fold this in four first. So that's more or less what we want it to look like. So at least now we have guiding lines. And ideally, since we're gonna put cheese, we want the cheese to be at the bottom half. So I'm gonna put the cheese here, and I'm gonna be putting the eggs here. So these are the exact same eggs that we did on the EggSlut sandwich. Once you have your line set up, by the way, you can basically cut just a slice right at the bottom half of the tortilla, just like that, so it'll make it easier to fold later. A little bit of ham, and then some spinach. I forgot to put some mayonnaise, I'm just gonna put it over the ham. And then I have some onions as well left over, so we're gonna go ahead and put that where the spinach is. That way it just keeps everything nice and low. Wrap everything up. Now that everything's wrapped, let's go to the stove. Place it without any oil or butter in a medium heat pan and toast it on both sides, making sure that the cheese is nicely melted. This actually seems pretty good and really well balanced because of the shape of it. You're trying to fill each of the four parts equally, and therefore you get these really beautiful layers. And it also gives you the opportunity to put different types of ingredients and that are just separated by this really thin tortilla wrap, which is really cool. Let's bite into it, see if this is good. Wow. I mean, the ingredients in themselves that are inside of it are really good, but this is actually a really fun way of eating it. This is one trend I can get behind. We can't talk about egg sandwiches without talking about the king of the egg sandwich, the original, which is the egg salad sandwich. Very simple. I have some red onions, how much you put on this is really up to you because it does have quite an acidic kick. I'm already toasting my bread behind me. Once I see smoke like coming off my pan, I know more or less that my bread's ready. Chives, parsley, and dill, just because it's a combination that I like and I enjoy. Go ahead and chop everything up. If your parsley has nice tender stems, you can go ahead and use the stems as well. That goes with my onions. Add the juice of 1 lemon, half an avocado. You honestly don't have to worry too much about that black stuff, it's fine. I feel like we waste so much food just because it doesn't look perfect, but it's absolutely fine. Nice, thin, long strips vertically. And then when you're there, you basically just fan it out like that. To that, we're gonna add obviously some chopped eggs. I'm using 3 eggs here. Wait. Pause the frame. I didn't show you how to boil eggs, but if you're really not sure, just cover the eggs with at least 1 inch of water, bring to a boil. Once boiling, turn off the fire and let sit for 10 minutes on the burner. Dunk in ice cold water for about 3 minutes. Now they should be easy to peel. So now we've got our mix. We're gonna go ahead and add in our mayo. So about half a tablespoon for me. Should be more than enough. And then for that little kick, little bite, about half a teaspoon of mustard. Mix all that together. The mustard and the mayo should just barely cover the ingredients. You don't want it floating or it kind of like going to the side or anything. So there, it still feels light, you know what I mean? Taste it. Salt and pepper. That's the one. Piece of toast. Take our little avocado fan. This will just help spread it out evenly as we put it down, just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our egg salad right on top. Dill. For that extra kick of saltiness and brininess, I like to add some fish eggs. So I've got some lumpfish caviar here. And it kind of makes sense because you already have the dill there, the creaminess from the mayo, the sharpness from the red onion. So very kind of like gravlax style flavors. So the brininess of the fish just complements that really well. Finished that with a little bit of my lemon rind. And that's it. Beautiful looking egg salad sandwich, or toast rather. This is almost too pretty to eat, but there's no such thing. I love that. And what's great about an egg salad, you can actually make it ahead. My tip would be, just don't put the lemon juice, and don't put the salt and pepper yet, because you don't want to draw out more liquid than there should be. So you can put everything together, just wait to salt and pepper and put some lemon right at the end before serving. So everything still stays nice and fresh. But again, it's really simple to put together. So what you could do is just prep all the ingredients. And then when your guests are home, just mix everything. It'll take you 5 minutes. I really hope you guys enjoyed all those egg sandwiches. Please try them out, try out the recipes, and then let us know in the comments below or on social media what you thought about them. I'll see you guys next time.